governments are created. In the libertarian view, all human relationships should be voluntary. The only actions that should be forbidden by law are those that involve the initiation of force against those who have not themselves used force. Actions like murder, rape, robbery, kidnapping, and fraud. Most people habitually believe in and live by this code of ethics. Libertarians believe this code should be applied consistently, and specifically that it should be applied to actions by governments as well as by individuals. Governments should exist to protect rights, to protect us from others who might use force against us. When governments use force against people who have not violated the rights of others, then governments themselves become rights violators. Thus, libertarians condemn such government actions as censorship, the draft, price controls, confiscation of property, and regulation of our personal and economic lives. Put so starkly, the libertarian vision may sound otherworldly, like a doctrine for a universe of angels that never was and never will be. Surely, in today's messy and often unpleasant world, government must do a great deal. But here's the surprise. The answer is no. In fact, the more messy and modern the world, the better libertarianism works, compared, for instance, with monarchy, dictatorship, and even post-war American-style welfarism. The political awakening in America today is, first and foremost, the realization that libertarianism is not a relic of the past. It is a philosophy, more a pragmatic plan for the future. In American politics, it is the leading edge, not a backlash, but a vanguard. Libertarian thought is so widespread today, and the American government has become so bloated and ludicrous, that the two funniest writers in America are both libertarians. P.J. O'Rourke summed up his political philosophy this way: "Giving money and power to government is like giving whiskey and car keys to teenage boys." Dave Barry understands government about as clearly as Tom Paine did. The best way to understand the whole issue is to look at what the government does. It takes money from some people, keeps a bunch of it, and gives the rest to other people. Libertarianism is an old philosophy, but its framework for liberty under law and economic progress makes it especially suited for the dynamic world, call it the information age or the third wave or the third industrial revolution, we are now entering. The resurgence of libertarianism. Some readers may well wonder why people in a generally free and prosperous country like the United States need to adopt a new philosophy of government. Aren't we doing reasonably well with our current system? We do indeed have a society that has brought unprecedented prosperity to a larger number of people than ever before. But we face problems. From high taxes to poor schools to racial tensions to environmental destruction that our current approach is not handling adequately. Libertarianism has solutions to those problems, as I'll try to demonstrate. For now, I'll offer 3 reasons that libertarianism is the right approach for America on the eve of the new millennium. First, we are not nearly as prosperous as we could be. If our economy were growing at the rate it grew from 1945 to 1973, our gross domestic product would be 40% larger than it is. But that comparison doesn't give the true picture of the economic harm that excessive government is doing to us. In a world of global markets and accelerating technological change, we shouldn't be growing at the same pace we did 40 years ago. We should be growing faster. More reliance on markets and individual enterprise would mean more wealth for all of us, which is especially important for those of us who have the least today. Second, our government has become far too powerful, and it increasingly threatens our freedom, as those 52% of Americans told the befuddled pollsters. Government taxes too much, regulates too much, interferes too much. Politicians from Jesse Helms to Jesse Jackson seek to impose their own moral agenda on 250 million Americans. Events like the assault on the Branch Davidians, the shootings of Vicki Weaver and Donald Scott,